just relaxing and enjoying this morning. Let me start out by saying thank you all for just supporting me and supporting the channel. Thank you all for your comments. I was away on last weekend. I had a long weekend for the holiday weekend, and I did a mini getaway, and I had a wonderful time. I hope you guys have viewed that montage video. By the time you see this one, you should have viewed that one. And it was just a video that was showcasing how I live my carefree life. And I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope that it inspired you in some way to start your journey of living your carefree life. I know a lot of times things seem just outrageous, or it doesn't seem real. But at this stage of my life, guys, let me tell you, I am so trying to live that carefree life, and I'm doing everything possible to ensure that my life is as carefree as possible. So I hope that was inspiring to you. But today, I want to share another thought with you guys. You are what you think. And I want you to take a moment and just allow that to just settle in and marinate. You are what you think. And I'm going to tell you something. For a long time, I used to say things like, oh my gosh, I'm always messing up, or I'm fat. I know a lot of you are probably looking at me and say, oh girl, you ain't fat. But we all have certain things on our bodies and the way that we want to look, and we feel like it's, not right. So we are very critical of ourselves. We know that. So my body structure, there's parts of me that I feel could just use a little tweaking. We all have that on our bodies that we feel like needs to have some adjustments. And then sometimes I'll get on my healthy journeys and I'll be like feeling good, feeling fit, and making progress. And then I fall totally off the wagon. So then we become very hard on ourselves. We all do this. So we are very critical in the things that we say. So whatever you're thinking about yourself, that's what you are. You're not what anyone else thinks. And see, that's the thing. I think some of us get caught up in the thoughts of other people, and we judge ourselves so critically because of other people's thoughts. So if this is a video that you think could be useful to you, please continue to watch. Good morning, everybody. Happy weekend to you. I hope that your weekend is starting off amazing. I'm up, guys, having my coffee and about to enjoy this day. I think today I'm going to spend a day just kind of relaxing. I had a long weekend last weekend, and I was on the go the whole weekend, but it was very enjoyable. It was very relaxing. I had no plans. I just did whatever I wanted to do. I felt comfortable. I felt beautiful. I felt relaxed. I was in my mojo, okay? And I think that's important to do. We're living in a time now where there is so much happening around us that is creating all of these negative vibes, all of this negative energy that's in the air. And everybody is worried. Everybody is stressed out. Everybody is thinking about the future and what's going to happen. And it's important to be responsible. So let me just say that up front. It's important to be responsible and know what you're doing and where your life is headed. But I think that sometimes we get so involved in what is happening outside of our lives that we forget that we are living this life and that we need to continue to do so. And I know that oftentimes influences outside of us can greatly impact what we think, where we're going, what we have. So it's important that you develop a skill of making sure you stay in tune with yourself and not allowing these influences outside of us to impact us every day of our lives. We go out into the world to our jobs. We go out into the world to shop, to do the things that we need to do to create the life that we have. But you have to allow that to be outside of you and not allow it to impact you on the inside. So what you think about yourself is very important. If you'll let people tell you who you are, then you'll never be able to understand who you truly are and to enjoy who you truly are. So one of the things we got to stop doing is judging ourselves based on the thoughts of society. If people tell you you're not attractive, who determines what attractiveness is, what beauty is? The standard of beauty. Is beauty only about aesthetics, the way you look? Is beauty only that? Or is beauty your heart, your mind, your given spirit? the way that you carry yourself, your worth, your self-value. That's what beauty truly is. So who determines that for you? Is that people outside of you, or is it you? One of the things I used to be is very critical of myself, because I grew up with a complex of being one of the skinniest girls in the world. Because when I graduated from high school, I weighed a mere 100 pounds. I weighed that up until I had my first child. And I had my first child weighing 115 pounds. My doctors was always telling me, girl, you need to gain weight, you need to gain weight. And I had a 6-pound baby child. And as soon as I had that baby, I lost all of that weight, and I was back down to about 100 pounds. And I stayed that way up until about 40. And then I started gaining weight. Well, no, I take that back. When I had my third child, I did gain up to 130 pounds. That was my full weight at 9 months. And I was just thin. Then I turned 40, and then the weight started coming on. And then I developed this whole complex. And it's like you're never happy with yourself. When I was skinny, I wasn't happy. When I gained weight, I wasn't happy. And I was allowing the way that society decides what's beautiful, what's perfect, what's the perfect size, the perfect weight, the way you're supposed to look, the way your hair's supposed to be, the things you're supposed to have. You allow all of these influences outside of you determine what is, instead of what you think about yourself. And self-talk is so important. So the things that you say to yourself has a great impact on your mind, because the things that you tell yourself is what your mind believes. So if you tell yourself you're not beautiful, if you tell yourself that you're fat, if you tell yourself that you're not worthy, that you don't have any value, that you're never going to be anything, you're truly not going to be any of those things, because your mind believes what it tells you. So if you let outside influences determine who you are, and you take that in and you tell yourself those things, you absolutely will be those things. So it's about changing the way that you talk to yourself, changing the way that you think about yourself, what's important. And it doesn't matter if anybody agrees with it. I could tell myself I'm beautiful all day long, and everybody outside viewing this video could say you're not. But who matters? What influence matters? Is it the people, or is it mine? So you have to say to yourself, no matter if anybody else agrees, I'm what I think I am. My worth is determined by me and not by outside influences. So you have a lot of content creators on here trying to tell you what's a good value, what a high value woman is, what a high value man. And they're telling you what you are and what you should be striving for based on what they think value is. But is it up to them, or is it up to you? It's up to you. You determine what your value is, what your worth is. And even if no one else agrees, it's yours. It's yours. So when I changed my lifestyle from trying to attain everything, have all these things that society has to minimize in my life, and it looks as if I don't have anything. But what I have is not based on the material things that I possess, rather than how I feel on the inside. What I aspire to have here: clarity, freedom, peace. Those are the things that are valued to me. And that's richer than anything anybody can buy, whether you agree or not. And see, it's about shifting the way you think, shifting the way that you talk to yourself. So even if you are a 300-pound woman and you let society tell you that you're big and you're fat, you may say to yourself, just realistically speaking, that I am a larger woman. But it's the way you speak to yourself. Yes, I have put on weight, and I am working toward being better with my health. But if you tell yourself in the way that society tells you to tell you, I'm fat, I ain't worthy because I'm big, don't nobody want me because I'm big, then you're going to believe all of that. You can say to yourself that, yes, I am larger, but I am working to be healthier. It's the way that you speak to yourself which determines how you view yourself. And if you practice doing this all the time, you'll be better for it. You'll start feeling better about yourself. You'll start feeling, and the way that you feel about yourself will start reflecting on the way that you live. So when people say things to me about how I live or the things that I do, and, oh, you're acting like you're young, you're old. Okay, that's your perception of me. But what I think about myself is what's important. I don't allow anybody else outside of me now determine that. See, I grew up in an era, in an environment where I did not get a lot of encouragement. And I didn't have people who were pouring into me, telling me I could be what I wanted to be, that I am beautiful, and that I can strive. So when you grow up with a lot of complexes like that, you take that into the world with you. And it's about scuffling and falling and messing up until you finally learn. And some of us don't have to go through that. We can stop that right now. We need more positive self-talk from women. See, men try to tell us who we are and that we're of no value. You know, my first husband told me when I was divorcing him, I made a decision to divorce him. He told me that no man would ever want me because I had 3 children. That could never have been further from the truth. Because the day I left him and moved back home to my hometown, men were flocking in. Hey, girl, I know you were single, you don't want to go out. It's like I never missed a beat. But if I had listened to him telling me that no man would want me because I had 3 children, I would have believed that, and I would have felt that I wasn't worthy because I had 3 children in a divorce. You know, some people take the failures of your life and they try to make that you. But that's not you. Who you are resides on the inside, and the way that you feel about yourself, your spirit, your heart. God gave us all of that. And God loves us all, whether you feel like you are flawed or not. And the way that you live your life determines who you are. So we have to think positively about ourselves and start believing that the things that we see and the things we know about ourselves is who we are. It doesn't matter your walk of life. You could have had some of the hardest struggles of life, but that positive self-talk is what determines who you will be. And if you allow the forces of nature outside of you determine that, that's what you will be. And a lot of us are impacted by that, the way that people think, because we have people who seemingly on the outside have all of these things which they feel is their worth, and it's not. It's just what they have. Your worth is on the inside. How you treat yourself, how you value yourself, how you show up in the world is what you are. And if you don't start believing that, you will never make it in this world. You have to try to separate yourself from the way people think. So that's why it's important for you to pour positivity into you. Social media can be very positive, but it can be very negative if you're paying attention to the things that you see materialistically that people have and do in life. Start pouring into yourself some of the positive things. What do you think about yourself? What do you want to be? What are you trying to be? Who are you? Those are important. It does not matter what other people think. So I thought I'd show up and just share that with you all today. A lot of you already know this. A lot of you are already living this. But there are so many of us, even at a mature age, who still are searching and trying to figure out who we are. And still allowing people outside of us to determine who we are. Stop that. You determine that. What you think about you is important and is very, very powerful. So start pouring into yourself. Start speaking lovingly to yourself. Even if you make a mistake, even if you get on that healthy journey, you fall off the wagon. I messed up today, but I'm going to do better tomorrow. It's what you speak. Keep a journal and make sure you record those things down. And forgive yourself when you mess up. Get up the next day and start over. So I just thought I'd say that to you all. Thank you all for watching today. If you're new, I thank you for coming through. If you're returning, you know I love you guys. And I thank you so much for the beautiful support that you give me here on this channel. And every day I'm aspiring to do better in life because I want the things that I put out into the world to touch lives. And I thank you for watching. So have a great weekend, everybody, and I'll see you in the next video. Remember, I love you. Peace. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.